All right, welcome to today's video. We're going to talk about the athletic recruiting timelines and what they mean for each division and how to make it work for you and your process. So, to start off, we're just going to go into recruiting calendars. I have these arrows pointing down because I have a link to all the recruiting calendars down below this video. So, it'll be a long video if I went through each sport and each division and try to break it down and talk about all the differences between each sport. So what I'm going to do is just add this link down below and let you choose your sport. Most of these calendars are the same, and a lot of them share a lot of similarities. But there are very little differences when it comes to just sports in general. So Division One differs from Division Two, Division Three, and NAIA and JUCO, of course. So just wanted to go over that. It's only 2 clicks to find your sport, so it's not a long process. So click the link below, save the PDF, and use it to your advantage because you're gonna need to know what's happening when, and it's gonna detail what you can expect from coaches and what they can and can't do during certain time periods. So just wanted to make that clear. The recruiting calendars are down below, so you should be good to go there. So moving on, we're going to go into some key terms. These will also be on those recruiting calendars as well, but I'll go ahead and give you the definitions for these terms here. So your evaluation period is just an evaluation period that is a period of time when it is permissible for authorized athletic department staff members to be involved in off-campus activities designed to assess the academic qualifications and playing ability of prospective student athletes. No in-person, off-campus recruiting contact should be made with the prospective student athlete during an evaluation period. So, this evaluation period is the only time they can't really reach out to you. Well, not the only time, but during this time they can't reach out to you. They can only kind of look at you from afar and make sure that that you're eligible and you're a qualifier. So they can't invite you to the school or anything like that. So it's no in-person or off-campus recruiting contact. So that could be no phone calls or text messages or emails or anything like that. So next we have your dead period. So what this is just a period of time when it is not permissible to make in-person recruiting contacts or evaluations owner of the member institution's campus, or to permit official or unofficial visits by prospective student athletes to the institution campus. So you during this period there's no recruiting activities at all. So just an update from this past year dealing with COVID and the coronavirus, where they extended the dead period for almost, 16, 18 months. That was almost unheard of. And when they finally got it back up and running, it was crazy. These coaches hit the ground running. So that was probably one of the longest dead periods in NCAA history from my knowledge. But moving on, we have your quiet period. So the quiet period is a period of time when it is permissible to make in-person recruiting contacts only on the member's institution's campus. No in-person, off-campus recruiting contacts or evaluations may be made during this quiet period. So during the quiet period, they can only do like recruiting activities while you're on campus. So I guess it's pretty self-explanatory there, but lastly, we have your contact period. So all these are color coded on all these recruiting calendars as well. So that they made it very, very easy for you all going in and following these calendars. So basically, going back to your contact period, it's just a period of time when it is permissible for authorized athletic department staff members to make in-person off-campus recruiting contacts and evaluations. So this means they can come to your school, they can come to your home. Everything's free game. They can go all out on their recruiting efforts. So just wanted to make that clear and go over those 4 key terms. Those are probably the most important terms you'll need to know during this recruiting process. So I just want to make sure you had that had a grasp on that, and make sure you click the link below to download the calendars, save it to your phone, save it to your desktop, whatever you got to do. But this will be your best friend during this process. So For Division One and Division Two important dates, we have June 15th after your sophomore year, and we have September 1st going into your junior year. So with these dates here, they're basically dates when coaches can actually start reaching out to you. So for most sports, coaches can begin reaching out to athletes starting June 15th after their sophomore year or September 1st of their junior year in high school. So I know for Division One football, coaches can start reaching out September 1st of your junior year, and they can send out like emails and text message and anything electronic, and they can even hit you in the DM. So I know that for sure for football in D1 and in D2, coaches can contact you June 15th after the athlete's sophomore year, and they can do all the electronic communication as well, or they can send you some recruiting materials in the mail, give you phone calls and in person stuff. So that's for D2. But that's kind of the biggest difference between the two. And next, going into Division Three and NAIA and JUCO, they don't really have a set like recruiting calendar. Everything's kind of free game, so they could contact you whenever they want. They could schedule visits, unofficial, official. They could reach out to you in person, give you phone calls. So D1 is kind of the most strict when it comes to recruiting, and D2 is a little bit more lax, and D3, NAIA, and JUCO is kind of like the Wild Wild West. Everybody just goes for what they know, and that's kind of how they operate. So Division One and Division Two are mainly governed by the NCAA, and Division Three kind of is a hybrid in a sense, if that makes sense. But yeah, JUCO and NAIA, they have their own set of rules because they are different governing bodies. So that with that being said, that's the basics of a recruiting timeline. And remember, download your recruiting calendars and commit them, well, save them to your phone, your computer, however you can save it. It's going to be your best friend. This is going to keep you on top of everything. I know one thing I did just for a little advice is just to put those periods in your phone and in your calendar. So if you're using Google Calendar or Apple Calendar or whatever, just put those contact periods in your phone so you know what's going on when. But with that being said, it's been great. Thank y'all for watching this video this far. I'll see you in the next one. Remember, you're only one offer away, and happy recruiting.